Remember me? Yo people, welcome back to the YouTube channel. You already know what time it is. It's time for another video. Big up your damn selves and everybody. Make sure you smash up the likes every single damn time and subscribe if you are new. I'm back. Hard hat. Caution. Studio almost ready. And we won. A coincidence? I think not. I think not. Listen, anything that happened prior to us arriving on the scene was not an emergency. All right? It doesn't count. It didn't happen. Rewind time and wash it away. We won today, 3-0, clean sheet, safety first, hard hat on. Let's talk business. What do we need to fix? But also, some very good things happened today. Some beautiful things. Now, I want to start with the fact that caution to the wind. Studio is almost ready, so be ready too, because it's going to be a madness, I must say. And there were some nice performances. There were some very good performances. We had Lavia shelling out. Good to see him getting minutes under his belt as preseason continues. He's looking fit. He's looking ready for action in the Premier League. We know why we signed him. The season that he had at Southampton, that one season was enough to tell me the talent's there. Performances against big clubs. Today, press resistant. Today, scanning. Today, passing. Perfection, right? Good to see, because we need the options. We know Santos has gone to Strasbourg. He wasn't even on the bench today. We know that obviously Enzo and Caicedo are going to get minutes, but we need to have options off the bench and even in the starting 11 to keep people on their toes and to also, if need be, replace out of form or players that are just injured. So we need that depth. It's something we lacked massively last season. No Okachoku, no Lavia. Doesn't help the options off the bench. People get misprofiled, people get misused, mistreated, abused. Not what we want to see. Now, I want to get into the clean sheet side of things because we have had apparently some goals conceded in the previous games. I wouldn't know. I watched, but I wouldn't know. Wrexham, Celtic, clean sheet today is vital. This team defensively last season was absolute arse, right? Absolute arse. Record number of goals conceded for a Premier League Chelsea team since the early 90s. We can't have that again. We need stability. We need consistency. And we know we have a lot of right-sided centre-backs. Some of them are going to have to hold. Chalobah being one. But it's good to see Tosin showing leadership skills early on. It's good to see Tosin bringing a bit of calmness to the back line. Badiashiel's been a bit ropey as well. I've seen in previous games. A little bit of, improvement today. We know what we can get from Badiashiel from his first 6 months at Chelsea. We need to see that in the next 6 months and the 6 months after that. I don't want to see Badiashiel of last season. I think it was very interesting that Gusto played left back and inverted, because we know the manager did speak on Chilwell a little bit and said, listen, I'm not really too sure where he's going to play in my team, even though he knows he's a fullback. He wasn't training with the wingers, which was abolished, dismissed by said Chilwell on Instagram comments. Where's he going to play? Where does he fit in? He's not going to invert. That's for free. You know that for free. He's not going to invert. So he's going to have to overlap if we choose to have said option on that left-hand side. But you know how I feel. And I said this prior to the preseason even starting. I don't mind if Maresca has been inverting the right back at Leicester. You got different tools. I expect you to build a better house. Better tools. Right backs. Gusto, very good in central spaces. Gusto can invert. For me, Reece James can do it too, but with that crossing ability, with that ability to strike a ball even as well and even add to the goals, I want him overlapping. My preference. He can invert. We saw him play midfield for Wigan. I'm sure he could pick it all up and go again. But I think the left-hand side is better catered to invert because we know Cucurella is not great going forward. And Renato Varega, we know that he is also being brought in to invert, and he played in the back end of the second half as well. So I just want to see people's strengths, showcased and put shed a light on it, especially when Palmer, if he is to play on the right wing, and we know we expect him to play in the 10, he needs someone overlapping. And Palmer did brilliantly on the right wing last season. And if Nkunku's going to play how he did today, skipping past 3-4, obviously getting a goal from the penalty, I'd like him to play in that 10. You know how I feel. Prefer him in the middle than on the wing and behind the striker instead of playing as a back-to-goal type player. Now, the only thing you could say today is that in open play, we should have scored more goals. Hopefully that will come, but it is potentially why links to a striker have not died, and rightly so, because listen, Gu got his goal today, good header, it's not an own goal, it goes in. I would like to have a more seasoned striker up front. I think we've got a lot of young strikers already. You know how I feel about stockpiling. We've got Gu, we've got Fofana, we've got Washington. Gu looks good, I must say. There is a world where even if, and we'll talk about the news in a future video, but Osimhen, of course, is the talk of the town. Gu would probably make sense to go on loan if Osimhen was to come in. But with the way he's playing in pre-season, showing very positive signs, you might be able to squeeze him in by keeping him behind Osimhen, moving Jackson to the left wing, moving Sterling to the right wing to hug the touchline winger, which is what we know we need if we're going to invert right backs. And he can do that because, you know, he's Sterling. He's been there and done it. And Madueke and Jackson compete for the left wing. And then Angelo just goes out on loan. That's the way you could kind of map it out to go for 2 per position if you had to with Gu staying. But yeah, Gu, really happy with the signs I've seen in the first few games. Great runs, great movement, great work rate, good hold-up play. I think the goal is deserved, and it's something that just builds confidence for a striker as much as you can do all the other stuff. Goals is the currency for confidence, and he's got it today. He deserved. Only open play goal, though, like I was saying, the 2 penalties from Madueke and Nkunku, some big chances being missed by Broyo, chance for Sterling, I believe, as well. Broyo's got to go. I mean, Broyo, I say this with love. I say this with so much love and kindness. He had something. He was cooking up something. I do believe before the injury he had something cooking, but he certainly isn't making the same food right now, and I am not hungry with whatever you're serving. I would like you, out of love, to leave. I'm stuttering saying it because I'm so sad about it. But bro, the chances he had today, man, you got to finish. You know, bread and butter. You got to finish. You got to take those chances, especially if you're trying to impress the new manager. He hasn't taken those chances, and I think he needs that regular game time. He needs that regular first team football to get over that ACL. And it's going to have to be at another club. Who's going to come in with the stocks that low? I don't know, because he didn't play at Fulham last year and he hasn't really done great today. I don't know who's going to come in. We're certainly not going to get that inflated fat fee that they were looking for in reports last season. It's going to have to be something humble, something modest. We'll see what happens. But yeah, not great from him today. Probably one of the few players that come out of the game worse than as they came in. They came in and then come out looking worse. Come out on a downward trajectory. It's not helped. Madueke, I know it's been a rough preseason for him, but today, improved. As the game went on, got better. Shot wide, high and wide of the post, not far. Took the penalty very well. You can see why he wants them. Always good on the dribble. Always good on the take on. However, so many elements of his game to still improve. So many, whether it's crossing, right foot, cutbacks and shots. Even shots with the left foot, of course, we want goals. Lots to improve, because if he is going to be the starting right winger, if he is going to hold the line, take on players while the Palmers and Nkunkus are in the centre areas, we need output this season from all of the front line. Everyone in the front line. It can't just be, heavy burden on Palmer to get the goals. We need the front line to chip in, and he is going to have to improve on his 5-goal tally in the Premier League last season. So big season for him, because we know Esteval's coming. We know how much I wanted Elise. I think he would have been a big upgrade on him in terms of the attributes that he has to bring to the table. But I do like Madueke as a talent. He's got some outstanding attributes, like on the dribble, very quick, great burst of pace. However, that final end product has got to go up. It's got to improve, and hopefully this season he does, because this season is not a joke. This is top 4. I've said it before, it's not really fair on the manager, but it's top 4. That's what we're looking for. It's what we need, money wise and sanity wise. So yeah, long day. But Gu, good for him. Good for Madueke. Good for Nkunku, man. Really good dribbling today. Went past like 3-4 players for the penalty. And then fair play. Gave the penalty to Madueke. Sharing is caring. Don't think it's going to be like that during the season. Still want Maresca to give his penalty responsibility to one person and not have it, jinky majinky to everyone. I'm sure it will be Palmer. Then maybe second Nkunku and third Madueke. But yeah, just good to see him fit. There was a moment where he went down and everybody shit themselves, but we quickly flushed the toilet and kept it moving. So yeah, happy days. What else? Gusto, left back to right back, versatility, love to see it. Has to be fit. 3 games, Reece James banned, we know that. Yogurt Man, let's talk about Yogurt Man in goal. Some nice saves from him and Sanchez today. Yogurt Man in goal. Who is going to be that first choice goalkeeper? He's made his debut. I'm very interested to see who's going to actually take this position. Last season, it was meant to be Sanchez. He got injured, then Petrovic steals it. Am I completely confident, all-knowing about this new goalkeeper? Absolutely not. I just know that the directors have to have got this right. We need to see a goalkeeper here taking this number 1 shirt and running away with it. He's wearing 12 at the moment. He needs to make that number 1, because I'm tired of this merry-go-round with goalkeepers. We must have about 9 goalkeepers on the books, going from Bergstorm to Beach to #United brother, Ed, from Sanchez, Petrovic, Stalina, Yogurt Man. It's all mad. Too many goalkeepers, not enough saves, shots being saved. I'll be real. We need clean sheets next season. We need progress in this area, and obviously ball distribution wise, I hope he is the answer. I do not watch Villarreal on a weekly. I'm going to judge him at Chelsea. We'll see what he does. But yeah, was I expecting him to be the guy? No. Hoping that they've done their due diligence and he's the right guy, because it's getting a bit foolish. I'll be real. It's getting a bit foolish. We saw quite a few players coming off the bench as well. Everybody's clocking up minutes. I don't think you can ask for much more from a preseason game. You get goals, you get clean sheets. Yes, there's things to improve on. Nobody gets injured. I think there'll be a little bit of a healing period for Gusto cramp, but should be fine. Minutes for everyone. Angelo, I know he's the other touchline winger, but I don't really feel that goal output from him. I don't feel like this massive improvement from what I saw last preseason. And I like Angelo. I was actually really raving about him for the first time last season when I saw him, but I don't really feel like the goal output's there. He's very good at linking up, but we do need goals in that front line, and I don't really see him giving us a truckload. He didn't get many at Strasbourg. But we'll see how the attack balances out, like I said, depending on if and when we get that striker and how everything gets moved about. Somerville's gone to West Ham, so options are thinning in the wide areas. Right-footed left winger news and talk about Williams and whatnot. It's just not going to happen, in my opinion. So we'll see who we end up actually getting, if anyone. And yeah, good minutes for everyone involved. Enzo comes on, didn't really notice him, I'll be honest. He was anonymous. I didn't mention his name once. It is what it is. Hopefully it improves as the games goes on. And it's not far away from, first Premier League game against Man City, a few more games to go. Just the performance is just getting better and better. The opposition is now going to get a lot stronger as well. The next 3 games are serious teams: Real Madrid, Man City, Inter Milan. No time for foolishness. Serious football match. Aguan. So we better be ready. We better be ready to play. So yeah, big improvements tactically. Not open sesame. And can't overread into this, but definitely read something and enjoyed the book. We will be there. Smash up the likes, guys. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. In a bit, people. Peace. Come on, let's go.